Coming up on Mountain News this morning, some students at UK took matters into their own hands to provide sunscreen for free. And Perry County is looking forward to adding a few new businesses.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning, I'm Olivia Calfee. We are coming up on 5 a.m. on Thursday, May 30th. So now let's check in with meteorologist Tim Drawbridge for a look at your forecast this morning.
Good morning, Olivia. Good morning, everyone. We are in the fog again to start off our day this Thursday. Right now, we're at 48, a little bit of a cool start. When you look at the averages for today, it's a 78-49 split. So needless to say, running still below that Mendoza line, and we'll do one more day of that before we start getting above average heading through the weekend. After some locally dense fog, it's beautiful the next couple of days, and we don't have any chance of precipitation until we head into late Saturday, more so Saturday night. The fog has become locally dense in spots early on this Thursday morning, and look at the cool temperatures as promised, upper 40s and lower 50s across the Commonwealth right now. All right, satellite weather composite above us regarding cloud cover. Nothing going on, and we're going to have another beautiful afternoon. Sunny to partly cloudy today with a high in Hazard up to 73. More about your first alert 7-day forecast during this 5 o'clock hour. Olivia.
All right, Tim, thank you. May is Skin Cancer Awareness Month, and now through August, the UV index is at its highest in Kentucky. Two UK medical students have come up with a way to make sunscreen readily available and accessible. Grayson Passmore shows us how the creativity could save lives.
As Kentuckians, many of us like to be outdoors. But data from the National Cancer Institute shows Kentucky has a higher rate of melanoma skin cancer than sunnier states like Texas and Florida. Now, two UK medical students are working to change that.
For me personally, when I started buying sunscreen, I was really shocked at how expensive it is because it's something that you want to reapply every 2 hours if you're out in direct sunlight.
Second-year students Parisa Shamazadeh and Noor Ali created these free sunscreen dispensers. They're available throughout the University of Kentucky's medical campus. It's a topic that became a passion for Shamazadeh after a doctor's appointment when she was 20.
And actually these freckles are signs of sun damage, and they're called sunspots, and they can become something more serious if you don't start protecting your skin. It can turn into skin cancer, and when you're young like that, that's not something you really think about until now, like as a medical student.
These sunscreen dispensers were designed to protect your skin and to bridge some accessibility gaps.
It's super important that it was hypoallergenic because it's going to be used on people's skin. And also, we selected a sunscreen that didn't leave a white cast on darker skin tones.
And there's no cost to use it.
A lot of us see something like sunscreen as a cosmetic product, when in reality it is something necessary for protecting our skin.
In Lexington, Grayson Passmore, WKYT.
The students received a grant to create the dispensers. There are currently 3 on UK's medical campus, but they're working to put more up around campus and eventually around Lexington. Administrators at Hazard Community and Technical College are working to expand its technical programs. They received a $1.25 million grant for their heavy equipment program. Multiple machines have been purchased through their partnership with Caterpillar. Chief Administrator of the technical campus, Tony Back, says the new equipment allows students to stay up to date with modern controls.
The technology in the controls, the levers, the options you got to operate with your hands and feet, and to, like I said, most of them's got a touchscreen tablet on board, and just being able to have that precision control versus the older equipment not having that technology.
Back says the 2-year program allows students to be certified users of each machine. Hazard Community and Technical College is also the only higher education institution that has a heavy equipment program in the state. Folks in Hazard and Perry County have likely seen construction throughout the area during the first few months of this year. And as I'm about to show you, that means new businesses are coming to the area. New job opportunities and new business are both on track to make an impact in Hazard and Perry County. Economic Development Executive Director Zach Lawrence says the East Perry development along Highway 80 will be the home to a Go Time gas station, which is currently under construction.
This is a local-owned convenience store company from someone local to our community and the region. So that's what I think is really exciting to see our own be successful in the community and invest back into it.
The gas station will also be the home of a Moe's Southwest Grill restaurant. They are expected to open in the fall of 2024, and Lawrence says there is a plethora of business in the works.
You see a lot of dirt turning, and in the economic development world, when you see dirt turning, that's always exciting. We've got our Veteran Affairs Clinic that's going up right now. The timeline on that should be sometime the end of the year. Quantum is also under construction right now.
With the county also planning to build multi-use athletic fields on the site, Lawrence says they still have roughly 50 acres on the East Perry development available. But they are working on other projects in town as well.
We're really close to finalizing the details on a 4 or 5 box retail addition to our current shopping center. It's really exciting. It's going to be some much needed gaps filled. And you know, that just helps to prove the case as we're out recruiting these other companies of saying, hey, hazard's a place to be.
He says they hope to finalize a deal soon, and they will share with the community what the new shopping options will be. Lawrence says the population of the city of Hazard is roughly 5,500 people. However, he says a recent study found approximately 55,000 people travel through each day, saying those numbers show Hazard as a strong base for new businesses. Rumblings are starting about Fancy Farm, the picnic and political speakings in Western Kentucky on that usually hot first Saturday in August. We now know that Father Jim Sicko will be the MC of the annual event. Father Jim is well known for his Catholic ministry and charity in Kentucky and around the world. It's been a tradition at Fancy Farm to rotate among Democrats, Republicans, and neutral MCs. Father Jim has a huge social media following. The 144th Fancy Farm Picnic will be held in Graves County on August 3rd. And thanks for getting your day started with us here on Mountain News this morning. When we return, the world's top golfer was back in court, but this time with a positive outcome.
Some locally dense fog again this morning. It's kind of a rinse and repeat pattern, but there are changes on the way. I don't think you may like a little of the timing, but that's okay. Details with the First Alert 7-day forecast coming up right after this.